Hello and welcome to the XPHSL, Australia's premier competition for high school esports. Max is out for the day and I'm on. It's great to be here, even just as a guest. And look, neither of us could ever be here if it weren't for our great sponsors, EPOS and Computer Alliance. So big shout out to them as well for giving us the chance to come out here and see some great teams here today. And speaking of those great teams, our first matchup is already ready. They are in game and good to go, but let's take a look at them first. It's going to be the Marsden Makos Maroon taking on the Lakers Legend, looking kind of in the center of our A group here. Both OG schools kind of going back all the way to the start here of the XPHSL about 2 years ago now. Makos not quite living up to their previous rosters, but they've got a chance here to kind of pull ahead of this bottom half of the group now if they can take down the Lakers Legends. But I think this is going to be a fairly tough matchup for both these teams. It is a very, very close competition between the two to this point as well. Lakers Legends in position number 5 right now. Marsden Makos Maroon in number 6 as well. Both splitting 6 matches, 2 wins, 4 losses. And the score difference between them is -3 to -6 on the Makos Maroon. So they have a little bit of catching up to do. But if they take the win here today, they'll be at least sitting at the top of this bottom half of the group. So looking for that top 4 still. Let's get into the game and check them out. Here we go, onto pitch, and already seeing them come on out. Requiem 9, Demo literally 0 on the Makos Maroon side. Lakers Legends spotting Angus, Gamer, Proit, and SGP Fluky. And off we go, straight away out the gates on Lakers Legends side. It's going to be a shot from them as well, and Angus will get sent back to the defense. A lucky position there too, so can make that contact quickly. You can see the level of these players straight off the bat are not slouching, and the speed is going to be key here amongst these teams. I think realistically it's not just down to the speed, it's about consistency while being able to pull that off. You're going to see these guys really push themselves to their limits against each other, being that they are so closely matched. And when you see that, it does kind of bring to the fore those errors, especially with the mentals on. Requiem's going to get the first one, and Makos Maroon are going to step up with the first goal here. 4 minutes 18 left on the clock, not quite a full minute gone, and it's a nice little play set up by them, really taking advantage of a little bit of panic on the Lakers Legends side. You can see that there's the possibility for more of that panic as we go through as well. Look, maybe not. Lakers Legends keep their cool, fire one back straight away into net. It's going to be a good one for them to get back into this, but still, we haven't passed a minute, so this fight back and forth, it's not too meaningful for either team at this point. They're still going to be adjusting to each other, but in saying that, I'm sure they have played each other off enough times here to be able to have some idea of what they're expecting right now out of the HSL and out of these teams, especially out of each other being so closely matched here. Requiem puts one on target, and it's a whiff from Lakers Legends. Makos Maroon go back up by 1. A very, very key one as we start to get a little deeper into this match. Now, HSL22 starting to heat up. I mean, if this is the kind of level we're seeing out in competition, the closeness between these two teams here, and there's definitely some depth here behind these high school teams. Angus does cut his teammate though there and could lose the attack off of it. Another big attempt there, not going to be able to find it. It's Gamer Proit on that back corner. Now Requiem chasing it up out of their half. A lot of control here, goes to the shot, but it's going to be a free one set up for Demo. Lakers Legends are just scattering, trying to find the defense. That shot away is going to be very scary as well. The 2-goal lead for Makos Maroons. Lakers Legends, they're going to have to be pretty sure of themselves here going forward if they want to shore up this defense. They have been a little bit scattered on it, flustered, you will. Now literally 0. Up off the ceiling, looking down at that midfield as well. Comes back down, and the challenge is there from Makos, but it has to go to the midfield again. Requiem can't quite find the control, and now finally a chance starting up for Lakers Legends. They don't find the backboard touch, but Proit now underneath it. Gamer Proit is pushing onto this and couldn't get the support of the team quite where he needed it to be able to put that one away. They might get another chance here, though. The setup out of the corner. Gonna be Angus and Gamer first. Gamer Proit going up underneath it. The double commit doesn't cost them quite yet. Mako's Maroon's not quite ready to punish that. You can see them starting to get that little bit of fluster that we've seen out of Lakers Legends mostly this time around. They will capitalize on it. Gamer Proit places that one perfectly. The defensive touch still came through. It wasn't enough to stop this banger of a shot. It's exactly what you need to see out of Lakers Legends. A bit of confidence on that attack as well. They had the pressure built on Mako's. Mako's starting to panic on the defense is what they need if Lakers Legends are going to come through in this first game. This best of 5 could go the distance though. And already we see it even up again. Lakers Legends take another one and even it up 3-3 now. It's a great shot in there. Well left by Angus. Could have gone for a small touch there. The communication was available to Lakers Legends. I think that's going to be something that's very key between these two teams. Finding that communication there. Both teams have had these little struggles. The panic in defense, the double commits at times. Have to see the comms be that little bit better if you want to step up as the dominant team here. Whether you win or not, as this is so close. Hard to tell you who the better team would be here, regardless of scoreline, as both have stepped up in crucial moments. Now Angus pushing forward into his opponent's corner. Makos will respond back to the midfield again. Requiem underneath, a good touch. We'll go to the backboard. Now, there is an effort out of Demo. Not been able to find a lot of purchase on this ball this game, actually. Demo is taking a little bit of a backseat. Good to see him step up for that challenge there. Has to do so again here. Demo on the back line. Challenged by 2. Will be underneath. A small touch holds them safe for a moment, but it does give back possession to Lakers Legends. In the long run, this might be even more risky now. It's Fluky to bring it into the midfield. The pass was there. Proit tries to put it on target, and it's just off. The defense gathered in net now. We don't see the double commit. I like this out of Makos. It's that little bit more assuredness in their defense right this second. The shot to the backboard will be defended away. Demo has definitely been that third man. Whether he's been so proactive upfield or not, he's definitely been doing a good job on goal line. They're going to need to do it again, and nobody is there as Fluky comes through. And a great assist there. I believe it was from Angus as well, off the post. I'm sure he would have liked the shot himself, but it did not matter who was there in the long run. They just had to take the shot. They opened it up, and the skill of Lakers Legends is starting to shine through for them in a big recovery off of what was a 2-goal lead for the Makos. They now face down a deficit for themselves. They might get it back here. No, it's wide. Literally 0. Can't quite find the touch he needs. The angle eluding him, and they go for the pinch. Great save by Demo. Now it's Angus in that midfield. And the answer for Mako's Maroons, I think, really has to come down to the connections between them. They are doing a good job at the setups, at making these opportunities, but the communication has to be there that little bit faster. They need to be underneath that ball when it comes to them and ready to take a shot that just places that little bit more difficulty on Lakers Legends, because even when they were scrambling, when Lakers Legends weren't sure of their defense, they were still getting to it far more than maybe they should have been against better shots. Their Mako's Maroon, they definitely had the skill underneath their wings to be able to make those shots as well. Having a look across, Demo really needs to make that little bit of a step up there as well. 26 touches in the game is going to be lacking a little bit there. Fluky on the other side, I would say that he was lacking because he had that exact same stat line, the 26 touches, except Fluky, when he came through, each of his touches was so crucial, so important, and he played a very passing game. Really enabled the rest of his team on Lakers Legends. So if you're Mako's Maroons, you've got to get in between those rotations. You've got to shut down the passing play, and you've got to make them for yourself. You have to make those connections right now. So game 2, starting up a 1-game advantage to Lakers Legends. Is it going to look good for them here? A best of 5 means that game 2 is incredibly crucial right now. Now it is Fluky. And then a few touches last game. Does get that pass off again. This is what I'm talking about. They make these connections. Oh, off of Fluky, but they do get shut down here. A good demo here. And that physical play could be another answer to the problem of capitalizing on opportunities for Mako's Maroon. Sounds a little harsh. I mean, they definitely got enough goals out of that last game to win in a lot of series, but Lakers Legends, I don't feel like their defense was sure enough, but you couldn't really get a lot more out of that game as well. So, still looking for more on the attacking side for Mako's Maroon, and a little bit more. I don't feel like their defense is bad per se, but they definitely have to make sure that they're not panicking on it. Their skill in defense is unquestionably there. They have to make sure that they are surviving this on the mental game front. It's been a downside for many, many teams in competitive esports, being able to thrive under the pressure. Big demo on literally 0 there. Proit can't get the redirect. He's going to circle back as it comes back across the backboard of the Makos. And now it's Proit up underneath. Not going to be able to get the challenge. Literally 0 on it to the backboard. It's going to be Fluky to chase it up here as well. Proit again away to the side wall. Demo gets a light touch. It might benefit Requiem, but no, the 50 does not go his way. One here by Lakers Legends. Still a 0-goal line, but they are pushing on their opponents. Mako's Maroon have to keep this out of their half for longer. They need to push their defensive line up to that midfield, or they will concede a goal here at some point. Do not give them these chances. The chances, they are still here. Lakers Legends. And let another one go right this second. Lakers Legends need to step up if they want to make their name known in game 2 here as well. With the chances they've had, should have probably taken something by now. And they seem to be a little uncertain of their ability to do so. Not really chasing up and putting on the aggression I expected here. Requiem is challenged, massively actually. Angus goes for the pass. The angle was a tough one, but might have actually been the better option to go for the shot there, as the second was just that too far back. Normally, I would absolutely advocate for the pass there, draw your opponents out, but you have to make sure that you have the option of the shot taker there, and it just wasn't for them. Lakers Legends now finally push back to their own side, with Mako's Maroons getting a chance they haven't had often. It's back the other way again, though. Literally 0 with a big, long clear downfield. Proit has to be challenged early. Requiem is going to go up that wall, look for the touch, does find it as well. Where's the second? Third man backing off even further. They need to make a more aggressive push here while they've got the opportunity. Literally 0 makes an odd touch. It's going back to their own half. Proit is hesitating on the challenge as well, though, and the Lakers Legends miss another huge opportunity on the line as it comes off the backboard. This game 2 is going the distance because both these teams have too much respect for each other. Both teams absolutely have earned it, but you cannot give it to them if you are the opponent. You have to come in like you are the better team. Play that way and come in with the dominance. Literally 0 will make a saving touch here, but off the backboard they need a good one. Demo might have just found it. Proit tries to set up, and it will be Angus. The shot goes well high. And Mako's Maroons survive one more attempt. This next one will finish them off, though. That one goal, a minute 8 out, could be all they need to secure this. Lakers Legends, they're going hard right now. Finally capitalizing on that opportunity. It might just open the gates to them, open them up mentally to see that they do have the ability to dominate here. They have had far more control of the ball here in game 2, far more possession in their opponent's half for sure, and more opportunities. Opportunities have come for them left, right, and center. Only one taken, but Might just start to see it now after that. Point going to circle under Angus. Ooh, and a demo there. Fluky does mean that they can push back downfield. Mako's made good work of getting up into their opponent's faces there while one down. Maybe this down position just forcing them to become that little bit more aggressive, push their defensive line up. It is definitely something that is being asked for here out of them. They can't continue defending from their net and expecting the counter-attack to work. It is an exercise in futility. Now, Angus again to his backboard with 5 seconds left in this match. The one goal might have just done it. They send it to ground. Angus is keen to keep it high. They're confident, and it's going to go to ground eventually. Lakers Legends win their second game here, 1-0. Fair win at that. But you got to say, they had so much more momentum going into that. Enormous amount of control over the ball there. 35-38 there on Angus and Gamer Pro. Fluky once again just playing that kind of supportive role in the team, that third man coming through, making the passing plays and enabling the team. He was playing an enormous role in keeping that pressure up despite the lower amount of touches. You look across though, you have to be a little bit disappointed in the stat lines there for Mako's Maroon. We've seen them do better. Even game one, they had that little bit more promise, but maybe it is that mental, maybe it's the pressure just mounting on them as they take the losses. Demo really has to step up here. I feel like Demo has actually shown some of the most promise out of the players on pitch as an all-rounder as well. So to get that together, bring through that stat line a bit more with an assist, a goal, bring through the demos even. That's the one stat that Demo does bring through. I live up to the name. Bring through the physical play. Mako's Maroons could definitely use that on field. Open up the midfield or even the goal line of Lakers Legends will give them far more opportunities. And now we'll be heading into this game 3. Lakers Legends in a best of 5. They are one off winning this thing. Literally 0 makes the challenge on the line. Mako's Maroon, it's important they get a goal here early. They're not going to make it off of that challenge, but they might still recover this. Demo, a very good touch across, but nobody there. The pass is to thin air. Proit gets up underneath it. It's off the post. The second challenge will come through. The shot's on target, but so is the defender. Defense holds strong there for Makos, and now back up the other end. Super important game. They will be out if they lose this one. They have to try and make the reverse sweep now, but an early goal from Gamer Proit might just take it away from them. He has been probably the star on this team for the goals coming out here. Fluky has been the setup. Proit has been the cleanup on the team, and Angus has just about worked at every other angle for those passing plays and setups. The assist is there for him one more time as well there. And Mako's Maroons, they look like they're in a tough spot. That first goal coming out against them means it is a mountain to climb. It might only be one goal, but you are down a beating in the series. You have to overcome so much mental pressure on yourself here. There is just so much being asked of you right now, and the shots coming from Mako's Maroons almost deliver, but a good defensive line from Lakers Legends and a quick turnaround. Mako's Maroons, the play for them might not be the response gameplay, but it definitely could be out of the Lakers Legends. Mako's Maroons, they respond well, but they have to be careful of that coming out. A shot downfield. Fluky coming through, looked for the shot himself. A little interference from his teammate as well. Very, very quick scenario there. Probably didn't have the time for the communication, but the awareness not quite there either. This is where we are starting though. The high school leagues, the HSL is coming through to give a start to these players competitively, and it's that awareness that is a vast majority of what you're going to be learning out of a competitive gameplay, to be able to really make yourself useful and get yourself out of the bad situations. And you got to say, despite that one error, Lakers Legends have done a Mighty good job of it so far. Hard to see them being in this lower half in a high school tournament, but here they are stepping up to try and push themselves out of that position now. And Proit in behind it. Won't be able to find the touch. Fluky makes the 50. Stays in their opponent's half. A lot of touches going on. Hard to read. Angus does get through. The shot put towards net. I don't think it was on target, but the save away regardless from literally zero. Does get it upfield. The boost stuff as well. Tried for the demo. It's exactly what they need to do. Literally zero stepping up to make the plays for the team and trying to put some pressure onto Lakers Legends, but they just break through instantly back to their opponent's side. Literally zero again. The man to watch. Oh, gets it underneath, but it's not on target. Angus just enough to divert that from the goals. Demo. Now, oh, the pass in. Requiem. No, he can't find the angle. Oh, you've got to make that play, Requiem. Oh. And where's Demo with the demos? You've got to live up to your name as well. The opportunities are here, but the shot back the other side is going to be a killer for the momentum of Mako's Maroon. They were starting to develop so much of it. It was almost inevitable to see a goal come out there. They drop it off for a moment. Can they retrieve it? Great center there. Demo, that's going to be a harder one to read and put on target from that distance. Does a fairly good job of it, getting it close there and keeping this attack alive. But Proit, with the big commit there, does get there very quickly. Fast player on field has made a challenge for Mako so far, and it might just be too much. A single goal separates them here in this game. A shot on target saved away, and oh, would have been so good to see that come through there. I think it was off of Demo as well. Get him the confidence he's needed. Literally zero in behind it. There's so much promise from Mako's Maroon right now, but is it too late? Last minute of gameplay starting to tick away. Fluky off to the corner. Literally zero now. That pressure is being put on by Mako's. You have to make a challenge here though. Literally zero. It's going to double back as Requiem does. Now the pass in. Demo is there. Looks for a second touch. Can't get the flip reset. Will go upfield. Grabs the boost. But the shot is nearly on target for Lakers Legends. And now the defense for Mako's Maroons has to step up again. Demo on the goal line, but the shots aren't coming. With no time left, there might just be a chance for Mako's Maroon one last time, but the controllers, Lakers Legends, no, it breaks away. Here's the chance, and Requiem in front can't quite find it. 0 seconds, it's on the goal line, but the chances go to nothing, and Lakers Legends, they hold out in a brutal recovery from Mako's Maroon to get back into that game, to get their mental under control. They looked fantastic, but Lakers Legends, even in defense, they just step up. An incredible game out of them, and a very well-earned 3-0. It was not made easy for them. The Lakes College got to be happy with their players there. Mako's, I think they just need to make a little bit more of that use of their positioning on field going forward. They definitely did a good job of that there in game 3, but it was just too little too late. They already had the pressure on them of losing those first 2 games, of being down that 1 point. You can't retrieve it that late and expect a big result. And unfortunately, the result was not there for them at all. It's going to be that sweep, and it's going to be a fantastic one at that as well. So, going through, we will be going to our other series down in the Conference B. We will be seeing our number 5 versus our number 8 as well. Oh, we might be changing that up. So, bear with us as we check what is available to us. We will be running a match for you. So, we will be back in no time at all. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back again to XPHSL. If you didn't listen up before, it's Australia's premier competition for high school esports, thanks to our sponsors at EPOS and Computer Alliance. And we are back with our second set of matches, and it's not going to be the matchup we thought it was. We're heading over to an entirely new set of teams. Let's take a look at them. It's the Downlands Giga Griffins Blue. That's got to be my favorite team name in this competition right now, versus the Maryborough SHS Marauders. So the Giga Griffins versus the Marauders. I think that's a fantastic lineup, even if it's based on name alone. So Giga Griffins Blue are sitting just below their brethren, the red team. They're in 7th. The Giga Griffins Red are in 6th. And, of course, we're looking across at the Marauders, who are actually in that top 4 for our Conference B right now as well. So there should be a fairly big difference between these two teams. Of course, they are both here in our Conference B, so maybe that will split the difference a little bit, but we should be expecting the Marauders to come in with a little bit of an advantage. So let's send them on a field and let them prove it there. We'll see how they go. Here they come onto the field. And we will be checking it out right now as the kickoff happens. We are seeing a 3v2 here. Maryborough Marauders coming in with only Anumus and 33 Dressy Mercury 75. I'm going to definitely just be calling him Dressy Mercury. Oh, sorry, that's the boost. His name just catches up with it. It's fine. It's Dressy Mercury 75. That's a much better name. There you go. And already we're seeing these two players step up. The first goal trickles away. It is not high speed, but it is miraculous placement here. Gets it in behind Seaton there. Cito, sorry, and that is a big first goal out of the two-man team here. I feel like despite the three-man advantage, Giga Griffins from Downlands here, they're going to have a tough time on their hands with these two. A high-level duo up against them. They're going to have to really up their pace, and oh my goodness, already Dressy Mercury going to come through with a second here. An unassisted one this time. You got to have a look at this lineup from Downlands. The Giga Griffins Blue, they're going to have to step up. They're going to have to challenge early if they want to shut down a team that just has that pace, has that mechanical advantage on them. The only thing they can do is try and rush them, keep them from being able to use those opportunities. Dressy Mercury looking downfield with it again. Great little touch there by EJ Bates. And it's into the corner. Now things start to get a little bit tense. Cito is going to make an important touch. Let's Sphinx come up. Sphinx unable to find the touch though, and will be stopped in goal right behind the ball. They do get the clear out. EJ Bates now with control. Puts it out as a pass to Sphinx or Cito. Neither of them able to take the touch, and EJ himself is a little frustrated with it. He's come around for another attempt at his teammates as the goal goes through. Maryborough Marauders definitely have a big advantage on their side. We're just looking alone at mechanics here, and this team is clearly set up with a lot of experience on their side. You can see why they are sitting in our top 4 for this group. And Sphinx is looking to make a difference here. He knows there are advantages for the Downlands Giga Griffins. This blue side team are going to need every advantage they can get here. And taking it slow, Dressy Mercury is going to be coming around on it. It's a tough one for the Downlands team, but they have to push out of their half. There's the push. Go up, use that positioning. The bump is only coming out there, though, from Anumus, from the Maryborough Marauders. Marauders are coming up, looking so good right now, but it's off the crossbar. The 4th goal not going to be seen just yet. And the push upfield now underway from the Downlands team. This team in blue have to come up big right now. They have the chance while they've got this possession. Great touch from EJ Bates. Now going to handle it on ground. I do feel like this team is going to struggle anywhere too high into the air. It might be a hugely usable area of the field for the Marauders. So if you're not confident up there, Giga Griffins need to keep that ball low. They need to keep the game a little more hectic and just challenge at a higher pace to keep down the Marauders. Nevertheless, we do see that fourth goal eventually come out. The Marauders did have to take another spin at it to make it happen. Sphinx underneath is going to bait out that boost there. And Dressy Mercury is pulled out long. Sphinx takes a touch away from his teammate on an open net, and they go back the other side. A huge miss from the Marauders and an open net. Sphinx has to take this one right now. Huge flick! It's a massive shot. Sphinx shows up with some power on that one. And there we go. The first goal back the other way does come out. It's not going to be a clean sweep by the Marauders here. They cannot underestimate their opponents too much, because the Giga Griffins, they just showed with that huge flick from Sphinx that they have some skill on their side, that they have the ability for an open net to really fire hard. So they just have to get the confidence behind them to do it when the enemy's not there. A second one as well. Their opponents lacking, caught out behind, and it's a 2-goal lead now. A withdrawn one from Marauders, and Giga Griffins Blue have the opportunity to come back into this. 2 minutes, a minute, a goal to even this up. And the shot away, my goodness, it might already be evening up, just wide of goal. It will go, Sphinx in behind it. A good chase on as well. Pinch out off that backboard, EJ Bates, he's got it! There's the third. It took Giga Griffins a minute here to warm up, but it's not a free goal here. They score on a defended net, and the Marauders now struggling against a team that are putting that speed on. They are making the challenges, and they are making the shots. Downland's Giga Griffins Blue stepping up to the mark, and again, a win on kickoff could lead them to their fourth to even this. The challenge is there from Sphinx. Unfortunately, EJ Bates also making a little bit of an error there. He does get back out in time. Open opportunity here for Dressy Mercury, but the challenge is there. The demo takes him out of commission. A shot from Sphinx is going to go low and slow. Dressy Mercury just barely reading out that play. Nearly did have the mind game effect in that corner, picking up his opponent's boost. The loop back, Cito probably making the right choice here. Does have some impact on this play. Sphinx is going to send it high. EJ Bates had the opportunity and gets run through by Cito yet again. Cito has to watch these commits. Just needs that communication maybe. I don't expect that he would be making these if he just knew that his teammates were there. But there it is. 4-4. Downland's Giga Griffins Blue have made their way back off of a 4-goal deficit to make it an even game again. It's a tough one for them still, I think, at this point. But 53 seconds left in this, and they are still winning kickoffs. Here it comes out of the corner. Dressy Mercury makes a small touch, but the team is there. Cito and a backflip underneath that one. The confusion there not going to help them as Cito challenges that forward towards his own net. Sphinx trying to take advantage of that. I think Cito was just looking for a pinch there. Didn't go his way, unfortunately. Not the worst idea for a play out in that situation, but definitely didn't have the positioning for it. Now Cito uses that handbrake, nearly gets there. The shot's not on target from Anumas, and oh, it's off the post there as well. They're not going to find it. EJ Bates puts it upfield. They just need a good touch. Sphinx gets it on target, but it's very slow. Denied just about on the line by the Marauders, and it is nothing in it. No difference in this game, and it is held. It will go to ground, and we will have overtime in game one. Who saw this coming out of the team? Out of those opening seconds, a huge step up from the Downland side. This blue team can definitely take this, but didn't get the kickoff win this time. Cito in behind it, trying to find that center out. Difficult one at that height for this team, and Numis stuck underneath. The rotation's not wide enough for a two-man squad right now. They're still playing as if they have that third back, but they do recover in time. EJ Bates does get a back pass off to Cito, goes to center. EJ Bates gets underneath that one. Sphinx was trying to put it wide, and it does make it safe. Cito underneath. EJ Bates sends it high again. They have to avoid this situation. Dressy Mercury, I think the Marauders might have the advantage in that position. Cito in behind now. Pass out to center. At least looked for. It's going to get away from them now. Danger for the downland side as Maryborough Marauders make their way towards the goal. A bump on Dressy Mercury, but the demo there onto a player as well. It's down to a 2v2 for a moment. Oh, and a rule 1 there by the looks of it in the midfield. Do they hold it? Do they earn my respect? No! Oh, come on. You gotta hold that. If you're not gonna hold it in the high school series, what happens when these guys make it to RLCS? You know, it's inevitable. One day, somebody here, they're gonna make it all the way. They gotta hold those rule 1s, man. It's a matter of personal pride. And speaking of pride, it might be hurt a little for the Downlands side as Maryborough Marauders find that runaway goal and lead the game by 1 in overtime to win it. Ooh, a big game 1 though. High scoring, and Marauders with a huge initial lead struggled to bring that one back. It took quite some time there in the overtime to make it work. On the other side, we know the Giga Griffins, they have the potential here that they can get in amongst this. Cito has to be very careful of these big challenges on a ball that is not his to take. Make sure that the teammates are communicating. At least one of them always needs to be calling out those plays, saying who is up next for that if they're going to be having trouble with it. You have to make those calls and play off of them. Sphinx now winning the kickoff easily on that 3v2 situation. It's Mercury with a good dribble here though. A little flick isn't going to make its way into the net. Was a risk though, put on target. Cito comes through, bumped away by Numis, and Dressy Mercury can't get the direction into net. They did take control of it for a moment, but Sphinx now going to take the shot on the goal line. It's going to be there, it's going to be in, and a lead for Downlands Griffins. Finally found here. The Giga Griffins stand up tall in the first 30 seconds of playing game 2. They are down 1 in the series, so that is very promising for them. Oftentimes getting that early lead after the defeat in the previous game can mean everything to the momentum of a team and change the outcome of a series. Cito down on ground as EJ Bates comes through. Cito gets to make another challenge, but it's Dressy Mercury to take the control. Now to the backboard, out of that corner. They are trying for something, but again, those really quick commits from the Marauders when they only have the 2-man team are going to punish them if they're not careful. That's a huge breakaway, though. Really good opportunity for the Marauders. It's going to go high off the crossbar, though. A tough one to read and slow pace. Thought that would make it possible for them, but no, it gets away. Dressy Mercury trying to set up another opportunity here. Coming now off the backboard. Flip towards that ball. The challenge not going well. Dressy Mercury really has those dribbles in control, in hand right now, but you have to see those dribbles be used much more effectively than this if you're going to rely on them so heavily. You have to really bring your other skills out to play to support that main ability now. With those flicks available, do they take something? No, the defense has really stepped up for the Downlands Giga Griffins Blue. It's been a massive start to this with the comeback they needed out of game 1. Not quite enough in the overtime, but we saw a huge difference in them from the start of that game to now, and we're still seeing it take effect in the fact that they are holding this lead, in the fact that they might just have another. But Dressy Mercury, we already know he's got that ground control. The dribbles have been underway all game, and shot away that slow right in front of net is going to be meaningless if you give this opportunity back to them again as well. The Marauders step up and even the scoreline. And half the game gone, this is still anybody's. Right now, though, I think still the question mark is on the Downlands side. With a game down, they have to step up. They might have just done it on a kickoff. EJ Bates back patiently, waiting for the save. EJ Bates, I'm not sure what happened here. I'd be asking some questions if I were him. Oh, maybe some issues there, actually. EJ Bates just didn't have any movement at all for the entirety of that ball moving upfield. Had sat there, looked like he'd been there from kickoff. So maybe some connection issues, something like that, on the side of EJ Bates. Maybe a controller player and a disconnect. Could be just about anything here. The challenge from Cito. He gets bumped off target. It would have been in, but he does clean it up in the long run. We asked for the step up from Cito, and there it is, a goal for his name. The first try around would have had the angle as well. The ball not just been put out of his reach that tiny bit. And it's back to even again. It's a tough, well-fought match here. They cannot be on the downside of this, though. And Maryborough Marauders winning a kickoff. It has to be a quick challenge. Sphinx makes it. Sphinx has been the stand-up member for the team. He's going to rotate well on ground. They have been looking to keep this lower. They have been looking to keep this where they're comfortable, but definitely not comfortable in this chance now. And Umis steps up to make another one, and it's a goal lead for the Maryborough Marauders. And it might just be game 2 if the Downlands Giga Griffins Blue can't stop this back and forth. A 1-goal lead would eventually materialize here for Maryborough. Downlands on the defense. Cito coming through, taking it into his own hands defensively here. Comes off the backboard, dangerous. Have to get those air rolls starting to be in use, I think, at this level that they're playing at. That's definitely a skill that they should be starting to work into their set. Just to get those recoveries, get those wheels back to ground faster so that you have the option for the defense. Mercury robbed by his teammate, and Numas thought he had the angle and it was not there. Sphinx now with the dribble. Has he just done it? Yes, he has. He out-dribbles Dressy Mercury, and oh my goodness, what a play. The little tap at the end, the cut through underneath, and the demo secures the goal and evens the game back up for Giga Griffins. The Downlands side, they need one more. If it's not going to be that back and forth gameplay towards the Marauders' benefit, they need a second one in a row. Cito underneath, it's going to be EJ Bates, has to make the jump. It's back forwards, a 3-man commit underneath the ball. You cannot make that error against the Marauders. They might just get away with it. No! Dressy Mercury, he's come to punish, and he's bringing out the plays. Just again, that ground control from him. And Numas just getting out of the way of the play as well. Tried desperately not to make a saving touch on that. And Maryborough Marauders, they maintain that back and forth gameplay in this series. In fact, they might just have a 2-goal lead here if they can get this final touch. There it is. Dressy Mercury takes it as a pass from a Numas, who was out of boost there. Couldn't make the play himself. A very wise little pass off, and the shot taken well. It's a 2-goal lead. And that might just spell disaster for the blue side. Maryborough Marauders step up again in game 2. And if there is no answer in the next 57 seconds, it's going to be Downlands Giga Griffins Blue on match point. Oh my goodness, that definitely secures it. Mercury slips that one in with awesome placement right under the crossbar. Just well played out. Cito. Oh, so close. An awesome, quick aerial out of Cito. He has been stepping up time after time here. That shot was just a little too good for him. And you can't blame him there. It was an extremely good placement. EJ Bates, again, having issues here. Looks like he's just rejoined the game, actually. As he's circling now. Will be put back towards the net, not on target from Mercury this time, but he does have the control off the backboard. A fantastic touch to the top right corner found, and that lead is insurmountable at this point. 28 seconds left just to run this out for the Maryborough Marauders. They have it in hand. This high school league is playing at quite some level for the Marauders, especially for a two-man squad. The Giga Griffins Blue, they have some work for them for sure in the background here to catch up to the level of these players. But I have to say, the improvement we're seeing, even game by game here in series, is enormous. Cito rising to the challenge again, not quite making it in time, but these quick aerials, he's getting up high and fast, and it's close enough to be a worry to the Marauders. It has been enough to make those saves twice in a row now, even if they haven't come off him. Now, chase back, it's Mercury to put it to the floor, and the Maryborough Marauders come up with an enormous 4-goal lead in the second game here. They are on match point, looking for the sweep, even as the two-man squad in this 2v3. Ooh, best of 5. It doesn't allow for the mistakes like a best of 7 does, and now the Downlands Giga Griffins Blue, I think the series might just be out of reach for them, but we have seen improvements all series long from them. We saw a lead here in that last game as well for a moment. Maybe they can just hold that out this time around. At least give us a game back into this. We need to see it out of them. We have to watch that improvement. It's the name of the game here in a high school league. Everything is about who can improve the fastest, particularly here in the Conference B standings. Giga Griffins Blue, they don't have a lot of chances right now to make their way up that ladder. That negative 18 on the score differential. It's going to be, Cito on the line. Does have an important touch out to the corner and can take control himself. A close chase by EJ Bates. And now Sphinx upfield. These quick challenges, Downland Griffins have done exactly what they needed to challenge a two-man team. They tightened up those rotations. They've made the challenges faster, and they've made life difficult for a two-man team. Now maybe a demo from Cito. He's chasing it hard. The physical play, another big answer to a two-man team. You take that down to 1, and you're almost guaranteed to be able to get a goal there in a 3v1 matchup. And no, my goodness, Dressy Mercury had that on target from the beginning. I thought the save was there. The angle was incredibly tough to get backwards there from Sphinx, and it just wasn't enough. The barest of margins, but Maryborough Marauders make that margin, and they come up by 1. Now, 2 in the series, 1 in the game, and only 1 game to go here. By the end of this, we could see a sweep coming out for a two-man squad. I'd hate to see Downland's Giga Griffins Blue not be rewarded for the improvements they've made here, the learning they're doing on the spot. The bumps there from Anumis, though. There's some learning going on the other side as Marauders try to take this down, at least temporarily, at stages to that 2v2 game as well. Something they know they could definitely win. They won't get the chance right this second. Dressy Mercury underneath is going to make a very good controlling touch. Sphinx out to the wall. And this is the opportunity. It's our last series for the day, and possibly the last game if Downland Griffins can't find the pop-off out of their pop-off and drop-off moment right now. And Numis might just erase that, though. It's actually Dressy Mercury to cut the angle, though. Goes high, gets it right under the crossbar, and another unsavable shot for Downland's Giga Griffins, especially with the demos coming through. Maryborough Marauders, a 2-goal lead, and looking good with 3 minutes left. Here we go again. Our third kickoff is going to go Downland's Giga Griffins' way, though. The blue side take 1 point, and it means that they are only 1 off, evening this up again here. They have chances. They have shots at this, and you can see that they have skill. They are right on the horizon right now of being able to beat some of these teams in this competition, and they are picking up rapidly. Maryborough Marauders on the ground in the midfield. It goes awry. Cito goes well under it as well. Sphinx makes the challenge onto the ball. It goes to the backboard. Cito can't make this challenge too early. Does make it work, though. A great little touch, actually. Didn't think that was particularly scoreable against the backboard like that, but a little flip, catching it with the front wheels as he goes over and puts it forward. And we have a tied game. They are still in this. 2 minutes 40 for Downlands to make their lead, to take one game out of this series, to stop the sweep by the two-man squad of Maryborough Marauders. There comes away again from the orange side, or maybe not. A big mistake here from Maryborough Marauders. Now Sphinx looking for that center. It is going to center up as well. EJ Bates is going to just try and make the touch to keep control of this. A great touch to center it as well. Is anybody there to take the shot? No! Dressy Mercury gets away scot-free for that clear out to the corner. He's bumped by his own teammate, but it puts him into position for the dribble. Has to be a challenge from Cito. Nowhere to be found. Dressy Mercury finds bottom left corner of the net on the dribble. He is so dangerous. You cannot give him this space with the ball on the ground. His control is just supreme here. And now, a 1-goal lead. Again, on match point. The opportunity here for the sweep once again. But we've seen Downlands even up in a lot less time left than left on board. Less than 2 minutes though, and it does start to tick away. The pressure building, and another goal lead is going to make that mount even faster. Dressy Mercury again steps up with his fourth goal this series. It's what you need to see out of this man. And Numis has been picking up the assists here and there, but has to really make the plays upfield if they want to be sure on this. We can still see that 2 goals come out in the minute 45 we have left. 40 now on the clock. And Sphinx to chase this up. The demo, very, very helpful to Downlands. And Sphinx makes the passing play. Nobody there to take advantage. Cito makes it in time. He had to push up fast. He made the decision. He was a little far from it, but he was quick enough to make the mark. Dressy Mercury and Anumis both making the misplay there helps them out. Only a 1-goal difference and a minute 30 left. Definitely doable for Downlands. Cito, oh, it's going to go high. Sphinx underneath. The challenge goes well. Dressy Mercury puts it out to the side off of it. Cito underneath. Does he make the passing play? Finding the position to jump off wall in the earlier stages of a Rocket League career definitely can be harder. That's a bit of a runaway though. Is it on target? It's going to roll up the post. It's not quite in yet, but Anumis has the time. He's going to get a goal of his own now, and it's unassisted. They step up with their 5th goal, and another 2-goal lead might just secure this with a minute left. Downlands, they have to get on it if they want to change my mind on that front. They have been trading goals on that kind of 1 or 2 goal deficit for a while now. They have to bring this back to even very, very quickly to have a chance if they want to win it without an overtime. If they go to overtime, even then, I think a very risky prospect for them. Sphinx now on that backboard line. Challenge will be there from Downlands. It will be Sphinx again. Out of the corner, a demo as well. That's on target. A good push forward, and Dressy Mercury, you can see him using those air rolls to put himself back on ground. Gets there in time as a result of the quicker recoveries than Downlands has been able to put out there. That is why you need that skill set in your repertoire. You have to be able to recover with those air rolls, if nothing else. Opportunities now, and Numis pushes past Sphinx, but with 10 seconds left, the 2 goals needed for Downlands Giga Griffins Blue are not going to be found. It is an opportunity gone awry. Maryborough Marauders, though, they make it count. They make their opportunities count all the way through, in fact, even with an overtime win there. And it's going to be a 3-0 sweep again here. The 2-man squad step up really showing their grit, and an amazing, amazing display from them. You have to look across, though, at that downland side. So much improvement from game one, particularly the start of that was looking very, very rough for them, but you could see where the potential lies in the team. Sitting low still on that Conference B standings, but you know, it's definitely doable for them. They have the opportunities to make it back. And yeah, what a fantastic, fantastic series to see the potential between both teams, really. I mean, Maryborough Marauders, they're not done growing. They have the chance, and that was only them as a two-man squad. Maybe we see even more from them if we see the three-man line up, the connections start coming through. They could be very, very scary, particularly with those quick recoveries in this B conference. I think could be a bit of a challenge to many other teams here. So a great matchup. A fantastic day in general, though. Let's bring it back to the camera for a second as we send it off. Show off our lovely sponsors behind me one more time. But it has been a fantastic day for the high school scene. The XPHSL22 coming through, giving us the goods and showing us what these kids are capable of. I think there's just so much more to see in the season. So thank you for coming out to week number 4. If you want to catch me, check out the Twitter down below at GexCast. Obviously, follow HSL, follow XP Esports on everything. They are very prolific on their Twitter, on their socials. Fantastic org there in general, so support them wherever you can. But until next time, we will see you later. Catch you then.